So let's go. Put a little lightning life real quick. Even though for some reason it don't never show on here. We're gonna talk about it today, man. Hope everybody had a good weekend. Everybody had a good holiday season with their family. There we go. And let's talk about it. Let's talk about the game, in a little bit more in depth conversation than what, the initial reaction was to the game. Now we can see break it down. Let's talk about keys and what we feel caused the game. First of all, me being a man that I am, I gotta say, hey, it was a good game. Definitely was a good game. I predicted it to be a close game, and it lived up to all the hype. Minus, the one big thing that was obviously missing, which was the hitman. Uh, but yeah, man, it was a good game. I mean, definitely was a good game. I was at the game, and let me tell you, quiet. Oh, it was so quiet. You had Cowboy fans leaving the game in the fourth quarter, leaving, evacuating, escaping, retreating, you know, just was giving up, waving the white flag. Everyone, if you watch the game, I mean, turnovers cost turnovers killed us. Point blank. Period. There's no way around it. Turnovers kills anybody. I mean, that's I mean, anybody that have turnovers in a game, multiple turnovers, not one, not two, not three, not but four. Four turnovers. Could have been more. One of the one of the DBs for the Cowboys dropped the interception. They hit him right in the hand. But so let's talk about it. So let's start with you know, the obvious. you know, uh, the quarterbacks of the game, quarterback play. So quarterback play. Uh, I was told, hey man, you being kind of biased towards Gardner Minshew because you don't like Gardner Minshew. It's not like anybody that put on the Eagle jersey. I believe they're going out there to benefit my team. I don't believe you're going out there to sabotage my team. So I'm going to root for you as a player on my team. But as far as your character, I don't have to like your character, who you are. Like, the whole thing with Riley Cooper. We all know Riley Cooper. He's a piece of trash. But he played on the Eagles green. Unfortunately, I had to, hope that he did good so my team can win. So if he was wide open for a touchdown, should I root for him and say, "Oh no, I want him to drop the pass, and only thing we need to do is score 6 points and we win. He's wide open. I hope he drops that pass." No, I'm going to say, "Catch that ball, Cooper. Riley Cooper, catch that ball." So yeah, so I'm going to root for Minshew to help win. But as far as him off my field, I don't like the character that he is, uh, and it has nothing to do with his. I think he's a good quarterback. I think he's a good quarterback. Absolutely good quarterback. I mean, he outplayed Dak Prescott, point blank. Period. Um, he did lose the game. He did lose. There's no that's obvious. He did throw two interceptions. Obvious. He did was responsible for one of the fumbles on a handoff, which he admitted himself that he was the reason why. Uh, so people were like, "Well, you can't put it out on Gardner Minshew. How come you can't? What's the what's the word I'm looking for? What's the narrative when a team wins? The quarterback went out there and had a good game. What's the narrative if the team? So let's see, like yesterday, Saturday, the Cowboys won, right? Dak threw a pick six. It was all forgotten because he won. No one's gonna bring it up. They lose. Topic of conversation. Dak Prescott struggles again with another interception. It cost a pick six and it cost the game. Was the game defining moment that cost the game, his pick six. So, you know, if they win, it's on them. If they lose, it's on them. So we gotta go both ways. So Gardner Minshew, he played a good game. Played a good game. However, he played a big part in us losing the game. People talk about the secondary, Wesley and Josiah Scott. Listen, Josiah Scott is not a starter for a reason. For a reason, and you found out yesterday while him and Minshew both weren't starters for a reason. Minshew, he just I'm gonna give Minshew a pass. The reason why I'm gonna give Minshew a pass is because this is his first game of the season. Big game coming to. And let me say why I say that. First game of the season, big game to come to. Now, and I'm gonna say why I think the game. Well, he's supposed to be ready for whoever. Yeah, but you don't want to throw your backup quarterback straight into the lines if you don't have to. If you don't have to, hey, not why not? But and that's me personally. The reason why I think they didn't play Jalen Hurts. I mean, no reason to play him. I mean, we got two more opportunities to win the conference. I mean, the conference to get the number one seed. So I mean, there is no use to rush playing him only for bragging rights to say we swept y'all. That's it. Other than that, there is no real reason or rush to play Jalen Hurts this game. We don't have to play him next game. Long as we play, I mean, we don't have to play him no more for the rest of the season. I mean, we want to. If the object is to win number one seed, okay, cool. If we don't, hey, cool. We're still going to the playoffs. So at the end of the day, we want our players to be healthy because we feel like we match up good with anybody. Anybody. We're not ducking no smoke. We're not trying to play musical chairs and switch around, try to get a favorable position. No, we're not trying to play Carolina. Yeah, we're not trying to play well, the Lions is pretty good, but we're not trying to play Carolina. We're not trying to play Tampa. We're trying to play a team that's gonna bring us to work. The Cowboys brought us some work this weekend. They definitely did. Unfortunately, we couldn't cash in at the end. But the thing is, and this was the what was spoken about this morning. Was was the game more about Dak Prescott, uh, his turnovers or him winning, or was it more about how the way Gardner Minshew was able to go up and down that field and throw and outperform Dak Prescott, throw for more yards than Dak Prescott? That's what the conversation is about this morning. Like, wow, did Gardner Minshew really go out there and really put on a show like that against the supposed to be the second best pass rush in the NFL? You have to have a little bit of concern about that, you know? He didn't get sacked not one time, not once, not once. And while we're speaking about, not getting sacked, we got some big news today coming out of Eagles, Eagles Nation. Lane Johnson, he's expected to miss the rest of the season. Uh, and yeah, so that's definitely disheartening. Definitely disheartening to Eagles fans because he's a mountain. You're not getting past him. So hopefully next man up. We believe in next man up mantra here. We believe it. We say it. We speak it. We believe it, and it's paid off. You know. So uh, there's nothing that the Eagles fans should be pouting about today at all. And I'm not saying this to be like, oh, you trying to mask. No. Did as a fan, did you want to win? Of course you want to win. But the bigger picture is, do you want your quarterback to be healthy for the long run? Because it does no good for him to play this game, win or lose, aggravate his shoulder even worse. Now he can't play for the rest of the season or the playoffs. All because bragging rights. We don't need them. Everybody see what we're doing. Everybody see who the number one team is. It's no secret. Gardner Minshew, 34 points. Well, seven of them came from a defense, but he still did his thing. 355 yards passing, carving them bars up. They, man, they didn't even put Joseph in the game. I don't think. I don't think Fat Man Joseph saw any PT. That's man. That man, he might not even be on the team next year. For real. He's a liability like that. But let's address some things with my team, man. MVP race with Jalen Hurts. If Michael Parsons didn't do anything, he definitely shined. He definitely put a spotlight on Jalen Hurts, and gave even more reason why Jalen Hurts should be the MVP. Michael Parsons did it unbeknownst that he was doing it. Because what he did was he brought light to the situation because you have your Hurts haters. They say stuff like, "Well, yeah, you can put anybody back there and they can win. You can put anybody back there, they can win." Okay, well, they did put anybody back there, and it was close, but ultimately he couldn't get the job done. Now, this is what Cowboy fans are hanging their head on this morning. We put 40 up on you guys. We put 40 up on you. No team has ever scored more than 40 more than no team has ever scored more than 40 points on you guys this season. Okay. And when we beat y'all, when y'all beat us, it was 28. Wait, he said 28. He was wrong whenever he said, but it was like 27 to 28, 28, like that. And I was telling him, like, listen, listen to what you're saying. You're saying that y'all put more points on us. Y'all did. Y'all did. But the margin of victory is more I'm more concerned about because if your starting quarterback could only beat my backup quarterback by 2 field goals, because that's what it came down to, 2 field goals. However, my starting quarterback was able to beat your team by 8 or 9 points. That's a touchdown plus. I'm not concerned about how many points. I'm concerned about the overall ending of the game. Because if we going back to back 60 points and you score 61, I score 60, and you end up winning the game. Or you gonna be saying, "Oh yeah, man, we scored 61 on y'all. And we scored 60 and y'all won by 1 point. What's your point?" It does not make sense. Right? It doesn't make sense to me. So the math don't be math, and the logic don't be logicking up to me, man. When y'all be saying stuff like that. But like I said, unbeknownst to Michael Parsons, he did shine a spotlight that on the case why Jalen Hurts could be the MVP and should be the MVP. Uh, the 6 points that we lost by, we won by them amount of points plus some when Jalen Hurts did play. So if Jalen Hurts would have been had it been playing, we would have won that game. But that's not no, I'm not, and I'm not saying it to say, oh, I'm just saying like from a betting standpoint because Vegas would have gave us at 6 points. That's what I'm saying it for. If I'm not saying, oh no, I'm talking about from a betting standpoint about point spreads. That's what I'm talking about. But uh, but I still believe we would have won the game. But I don't want nobody saying, "Oh man, you making excuses." I'm not. I'm talking about strictly from a bit the point spread point about how many points that Vegas would have gave us for Jalen Hurts playing. That's what I'm talking about for people that don't know. But anyways, but yeah, definitely we would have won the game. If even the point spread would have said we would have won the game. You know what I'm saying? Because they would have gave those points based on Jalen. The point spread going into the game was 5 points. Initially, I believe it was like 2 or 3. And you get 3 points for being home anyway. So initially, I think it was like 2 or 3. Then when Jalen Hurts was questionable, it went to 5. Same thing with the MVP race. He was up like negative 150. Then now he up like 150. So, but Michael Parsons showed it. Why he's the MVP because he's that important to this team where we definitely need him on the field every game. Every game we need him to be on the field because he's just the game changer. He's the guy that can ultimately take a 4th and 2 to a 1st and 10. Uh, you know, a sack for a potential sack for 5 yards and turn it up the field for 30 yards or hit a man downfield for 50. He's that guy. So thank you, Michael Parsons. And I hope the NFL and everybody else watched the show, and because it was big, it was all over our platforms and media sources. So it was big, so everybody heard it. So thank you, Michael Parsons, number 11. You are from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, excuse me. Uh, so you did your brother your state's brethren. a good deed because what you did was you brought the spotlight to him to let everybody know, hey man, listen, this guy deserves it because without this team, he makes the difference. So thank you, Michael Parsons, 11 from heaven, for doing your your statesmen a good service. Okay, now moving right along. I don't know why I'm so tongue tied this morning, man. I don't know. It's cold outside. I guess I got this robe on. But yeah, then the next narrative was uh CeeDee Lamb torches Eagles secondary. Now it's funny to me how we trash. In any other game we trash. But when we play y'all win. We beat the best team. We beat the, now all of a sudden is y'all beat the best team. But we trash though. We trash and this and that. But when y'all win, we beat the best team. Boy, y'all funny to me. Funny to me. Right? So now is CeeDee Lamb killed our secondary. I wish I knew how to do like the video and video so I could post the video. Shannon and Skip this morning, they was talking about it and it was like, well, the game really changed when Avonte Maddox went out. He went out like in the second quarter, uh, first half, second quarter, with a toe injury. He never returned, and they ended up putting Josiah Scott in his position. And if you know, CeeDee Lamb, no knock to CD, Kellen Moore strategizes for him perfectly. They know CeeDee Lamb isn't a true number one. And listen when I say this, because you hate it. When I say number one means he works one side of the field, he dominates one side of the field, you can put him on the other side of the field. But number one receiver does not go into the slot. He does not play 50% of the snaps in the slot. That's not what a number one receiver does. Now, back what I'm saying, the offensive coordinator he can do what he wants to with wide receiver. He want to put him in the backfield, make him run a running back running back like they do Debo Samuels. That's cool. Do what you want to, but if you was to see CeeDee Lamb in the backfield 50% of the time, you'll be like, man, why are they doing that? He's a wide receiver. He's not a running back. But if it's effective, you wouldn't care. You be like, hey man, it's working. Let's get it done. So you know they move him around as they need to, but let's get it understood. He wasn't getting out. Now he did score a touchdown on Bradbury, took the chain in and everything on Bradbury. Now Bradbury went in instead of going out. So if you're gonna break the play down, let's break it down. Let's break the play down for what it is. Let's start with the obvious. CD got a touchdown. Now, when you look at the play, I want you to look at Bradbury and how he's playing the game. The play. He has inside help with Blankenship, number 32, to his right. He has him. So there was no need for him trying to jam or cut inside, or push him to the right because he already had help to the right. He should have pushed him to the left. He should have ran to the left with CeeDee Lamb. He should have pushed him to the right, but he should have ran to the left with CeeDee Lamb because he already had somebody on the right hand side. So there was no need for both of you guys to be on the right of CeeDee Lamb. That's why he was able to get open for the touchdown. So that was on Bradbury for not playing his position right. And CeeDee Lamb capitalized on it. So let's get it understood. No one got burnt on the play. There was no, he left him. No, there was none of that. Now, once again, CDD hit him with you know, he could have bit on that, but Bradbury played that play absolutely wrong. Absolutely wrong. Just like there was a play with Trayvon Diggs when Devontae Smith got wide open for a touchdown. If you look at the play, they Trayvon burnt toast double move. He built on that move so bad trying to be that guy, and Devontae walked right in wide open for a touchdown. So you gonna talk sports, man. Gotta keep it all the way straight. Yeah, gotta keep it all the way. Strictly what's up. Um, moving forward, we Miles Sanders, he had a problem fumbling last year. This year, he's on a fumble. From my understanding, I thought it was his first fumble last game, but it was brought to my attention that was his second fumble. But that's still a big improvement from last year because last year he was dropping the ball wide open in the flats, dropping wide open passes, um, and this fumbling. He had 2 fumbles so far, and it just so happened that Saturday's fumble happened to be at a pivotal point in the game that we did not need him fumbling the ball. So, but we got to work. So he got to work on that. Um, uh, our D line, man. Listen, man. Somebody need to get my D line. Just if they should just this year make a award for D line of the year and just give it to my D line. Man, we felt on that boy Dak Prescott the whole game. Strip sack, fumble. Cowboys recover. How I do not know. That was supposed to be the game, but they recovered the ball. Oh, it was like, wow, how did that happen? But it happened. So hey, uh, but yeah, man, the case for Jalen Hurts is definitely been highlighted down because we definitely would have won that game with Jalen Hurts. Man, listen, the touchdown with Devontae Smith. Oh my God, man, listen, that touchdown with Devontae Smith when he kicked the dough in at the kettle, put a mask on, and went in and stole their gifts. Man, he was stealing Christmas from them boys. He was. Gardner Minshew gave it right back to him. The hard work. So, looking forward to hearing all the good news about Jalen Hurts' recovery this week. Hopefully, it starts today. Today is Monday. Uh, Hopefully, we hear some good news about his recovery and his treatment. I mean, I see him at the game like this. I seen Jalen Hurts at the game like this. Now, you don't get a shot to go to the game, so you can't tell me, oh, they numbed it up so he couldn't feel it. No, I don't believe you have a brace on your shoulder and you was able to do this. Jalen Hurts is healthy. Point blank. Period. He's healthy. He might still be, experiencing some discomfort in his shoulder, but he's healthy. With a sprained shoulder, you're not doing this. With a sprained shoulder, you might do this. Because it'll hurt to put on a shirt. With a sprained shoulder, it hurts doing this. So you definitely not doing this with a sprained shoulder. So, uh, I don't know, man. Like I said, it was precautionary. Cool, I understand. He goes in today with the Saints this weekend and take care of business, and he can rest for the rest of the season. I mean, we don't need to play him no more for the rest of the season, and they'll be good. Uh, right now, uh, we know we 2 games out. 2 games out, baby. 2 games out. Hopefully we can go win the last two. Go 15-2, have an amazing season, and we cash in when it all matters. Because this record don't matter. None of this matter. We can't cash it in when we need to cash it in. And with that being said, man, hey man, it's the bird with the word. You heard it here first, man. And as always,